Well, exactly halfway between East London and Port Elizabeth, you'll find a beautiful town of Port Alfred. And most importantly, the gem in Port Alfred is the Royal Port Alfred Golf Club. What an amazing experience. When you get here, you'll be overwhelmed by the hospitality and the welcoming that you'll get from Ken and all his staff here. It's just really delightful. What I'd like to do is share a couple of my feature holes with you. The first one is going to be hole number 3, and it's a delightful hole because this golf course isn't very long, but the wind will have an influence on everything that happens here. So it measures just under 300 meters. So for some of the younger players and with a bit of wind assistance, you might be able to drive it on the green. On most of the holes, there's an aiming pole. Take advantage of the aiming pole because there are a couple of blind shots, including this one. So I'm going to take a driver, I'm going to get it at the aiming pole, and then when I get there, I'll be thrilled to see what faces me for my second shot. Before I even take on this shot, I just want to take a moment to appreciate the beautiful views. I'm sure I can see Madagascar from here. It's unbelievable. And you see a little bit of mist coming off the sea. It really is something worthwhile taking your time to have a look at. Well, I've found the perfect position down the middle of the fairway. I've only got about 60 or 70 meters to the flag. So let's see if we can knock it close. This hole, you're always going to feel like you should be making a good score. Oh, that came out pretty good. I'll take that all day. Sure, what a relief. I was quite worried about that putt with all these ships going up and down. No, it's beautiful here, and what a way to finish one of the feature holes here. We're going to move on to hole number 8. Our feature par 3 at Royal Port Alfred Golf Club is the 8th hole. It's a delightful par 3, and it measures anywhere from about 155 meters off the back all the way down to just over 100 meters for the ladies. It's a lovely par 3. It's sort of tucked into this into the local vegetation. You stand up on the tee and there's the green. There's nothing much more than that other than the vegetation, which is really beautiful. Directly behind the green there's a small building which is used as a halfway house periodically. So you can imagine playing your round and yeah, you're sitting in the bush having a cup of tea after a wonderful opening 8 holes. It really is nice. For me today it's 143 meters, I think, so it's probably a 9-iron. A little bit of a breeze coming off the left hand side which will make sure that I'm going to keep it to the middle of the green. There's a little bunker at the back which will catch a wayward shot, but really this is quite a significantly big green and it's got every opportunity here in the middle. So let's see if we can get away with a good start. Well, when you get down here and you see how big this green is, there's a couple of little undulations here, but what a beautiful hole. Also importantly, when you get beyond most of the vegetation here, you see there's a lot of space. So when the wind's blowing and it makes it a little more difficult, if you hit a little right or a little left, you've always got an opportunity to get up and down. This is probably the best shot I've hit for a long time. See if I can knock it in. Well, a birdie 2 is always going to make that cup of tea taste a little better. What a way to finish a beautiful golf course like this. The 18th hole is a par 5. It measures just over 450 meters, so not particularly long. And obviously the wind today is of benefit. It's slightly behind us off the left-hand side. And as we've mentioned so many times on this golf course, the wind has an influence. Today I'm going to use the wind to my benefit and hopefully get home in 2. Let's see what we can do. Okay, quite fortunate, a little bit of wind behind, so I've got myself into the flat portion of this fairway. What is rather challenging on a number of holes here at the Royal Port Alfred Golf Club is these blind shots, and this is a slightly blind shot. I've got a good indication of where I need to go. Anything a little left of the green should feed down. I've got 195, so I'm going to try and utilize the wind and hit a 5-iron. See if we can get home in 2. Well, I took advantage of this significant slope which kicks the ball down onto the green. This was really my aiming area, and it's managed to make its way down onto the putting surface. I've only got about 30 feet for eagle, which would be cool, but I really just want to get this nice and close. The greens are in magnificent condition, and there should be just a touch of break from left to right. Well, what an absolute treat to come to Royal Port Alfred. Just fortunately a very, very lovely day. But I think importantly, a lot of people just drive past Port Alfred. You've got to stop here. This is a beautiful golf course, wonderful hospitality, well-appointed facilities here where you can eat and drink and be merry. And of course on the golf course, nature, and don't be surprised if a little Springbok comes and has a look at you around a tree. This is really something special, and I really hope to see you here one of these days.